Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kelly Pagic. Today, I don't know what I'm talking about. So first things first, I haven't been out here for a while. I have a big, huge event that I'm planning and coordinating for that's going on next week. So I had a little break in time. I'm able to come out here and talk a little bit about some wisdoms and some ideas, some concepts that I thought might be helpful to everyone that is going through life, looking for their life purpose, trying to figure out what the hell am I doing here, especially when you're 57 years old. So, ladies and gentlemen, on with the video. Near-death experiences, what are they? I'm glad you asked. Probably you already know, otherwise why would you have clicked on this video, right? So near-death experiences are when somebody has, and a lot of times it's an accident or a stroke or a heart attack, and somebody has this, like, I'm gonna say outworldly, other dimension-like type of experience where they, how I see it, and really I'm just explaining it from my point of view. I've never had one of these, but I see it's like you are actually connecting with the divine. You are actually connecting with heaven. You are actually connecting to God, the other side, per se. And the reason, and the thing is that people that they've been studying these for years, but people that have them, they all have like similar experiences. Now, I probably wouldn't be out here talking about NDEs, but just recently, a spiritual teacher that I follow, Carolne and Nancy, interviewed and is having a class with somebody that had an NDE. Her name is Nancy Rynes, and Nancy had a near-death experience, I don't know how many years ago, but what she brought back were lessons and wisdoms that she is here to teach mankind, teach other human beings. And I really drew a lot out of what she said. I watched her interview a couple of times. I watched it, someone else interviewed her, who interviews people that have NDEs. And it was just really, really fascinating, because what I saw in Nancy's story was a lot of the truths that she brought back from her near-death experience from the other side, from her little trip to heaven, is a lot of the concepts and truths that I've been learning in A Course in Miracles. So I'll probably divulge and dig deep into that into some other time, but Nancy talked about how to find your life mission, and this is something that I've been looking for probably my entire life. What is my purpose here? Okay, God, what am I supposed to be doing? And I feel like I have a calling within me, and it keeps nudging me. But then I'm like, is this really what I should be doing? Am I really a spiritual teacher? Am I really a healer? Am I really somebody that is here to help lift mankind to another level? I don't know, but I feel it. So, but here are some wisdoms that I took from just part of this section of how to find your life mission that Nancy spoke of. One of the first things she talked about was, our experiences in life train us for what we are supposed to be doing, giving us a clue as what we are. So they give us a clue to what we are here to do. When I really thought about that, a lot of times you see certain experiences full of pain, right? I do that, especially like something that happened yesterday or maybe last week, and I view them as a painful experience. But when you can stand back, like I'll give the example of my divorce, and I was married for 20 years. I was betrayed. I'm not going to go into all that. There we go. I don't want to make it sound like I'm a victim, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't a very happy marriage for either of us. And towards the end, it just got even like, it was just not a really good thing. And, he was hurt probably as well as I was. And I saw a lot of pain in it. I carried a lot of that pain with me for a long time. And now 15 years later, I can look back at it and I've learned so many things from it. And really, when you say, well, what are you supposed to learn? For me, I feel like whatever floats up in my heart and feels like the truth for me was the lesson I was supposed to learn from it. It's so much that I've learned from that experience from my first marriage that I'm not doing in this marriage. I'm pausing and, watching myself not going down same behavior patterns. I've learned to be more more loving, more kind, more patient, more understanding. I said to myself when I got out of that marriage, I'm going to do whatever I can to be the best wife I can be and be in a loving relationship. I learned that I often blamed my husband for my emotions, I would say, or how I was feeling and whether I was happy or not with my life. But then I also would blame my family, I always felt like they were I always feel like somebody's holding me back, and the only person that is holding you back is you. So I did learn that. So a lot of just like really different lessons, but of course, in the state of pain and grieving and healing, it took me a while to shed the layers to actually see from a higher perspective. So these experience like what I like going through my divorce, was there to teach me what I needed to do, what I need to do here in this lifetime. And I really feel like mine is the journey of knowing myself, figuring out who I am, and to heal the wounds that I need to be healed so that I can help the world heal. I really feel that's one of my main missions on this planet and why I was incarnated today. Look at your life and think about, what do you do that you enjoy so much? It's like you get lost in time, or like time doesn't exist. This gives you a glimpse at what your soul path is. And we so often hear that, what do you do that you find so joyful that you just get lost in it and like there is no time, right? And sure, I've done that with so many things and just different things. I mean, I could sit there and meditate and read my spiritual texts and write about it all freaking day long. But where I get tripped up is I always say I want to make money at that. But then when it's coming to make money, I feel this big block and restriction of I don't feel like I want to charge people money for spiritual healing, spiritual advice. I just want to give it to people. I just want to give them the tools and they can figure it out. And I know there's probably healing that has to be done around that too, but that's where I get tripped up. And that's another thing she said is that, let's see. Oh, I thought I had it in here. She said, your purpose in life and your job and what you do for money aren't always the same thing. And what you need to do is separate those things and then come in at from that vantage point. So I thought that was very insightful. Where have been my challenges in life? What am I challenged with? Overcoming challenges can be our biggest gift to the world because they can be our biggest teaching tool. So I thought that was really cool. What changes would I like to see in the world? I really like that one, and I really like to sit and reflect. So I've reflected on all these questions, and it was really quite interesting. I want to see peace, happiness, healing, people just getting everything they need without any sense of lack. There's no division. There's no this man has $1 billion and this man has none. I want everybody on a even playing scale and everybody just communally giving and receiving. So that's really, I don't know if that probably won't see that ever in my lifetime. But, one can only dream. Where have my challenges been, if you want to, because I did say I reflected on these. Mine have been, my biggest challenges are my emotions, going with the flow, because I just really want to feel like I have a sense of control, a sense of freedom, finding my confidence, being very, I'm always worried about what people are thinking about me, what they're saying about me. I always feel like I want to appear like I got my shit together when half the time I don't feel like I got my shit together. So those I feel like have been my challenges. Transitions. I find transitions very challenging, but I've found ways to deal with it in the past that have, taught me how to deal with it. Going forward. So that's another, I feel like it's a strength of mine. I do find what my challenges are and then try to figure out ways to overcome them. What are my passions? Learning who I am, learning to navigate this life confidently, expanding my consciousness, and sharing my life as a teaching tool. That is my passion. Reading spiritual texts, meditating, generating more love, more kindness, compassion to myself so that I can give that to others. That is a big passion of mine. Where does my heart sing? Being alone and imagining a life serving God. That's where my heart sings, as I've alluded to just previously. Live a life of creative curiosity. I like that one because a lot of it's like living open-mindedly, not saying, well, no, that's not going to work out, or trying to figure out how it's going to work out before it actually starts to unfold, but to be curious and geez, I wonder how that's going to work out. I wonder who's going to come to my program. I wonder who I'll see today on my path. I wonder, just being very curious. And to sprinkle a little fun creativity into it. That's a goal and intention of mine. And then I wrote, I have to keep showing up for myself every day. Trust you are where you are meant to be right now. You don't need to know why. I wrote that. I sometimes get inspirational, I feel like they're kind of channeled messages that come through from the divine. So I just wrote that down. So that was a little bit from Nancy Rynes, who had this NDE. She is doing a class with Carolne and Nancy. I think it's under myss.com. I'll put the link in the description below so you can find it in case you want to take it. But Nancy was going to take people. You can go look up what the course and the class is all about, but she is giving you methods and ways that you can live a more spiritually centered life here in this lifetime right now, which I really feel like it's important to the health of our planet and our well-being. Pray for peace, pray for love, pray for kindness, intend for love and kindness, peace and compassion to be in your heart, and let that grow and expand so that you can serve and be the light for others on this journey through life. So thank you for joining me today, and I'm really excited. I'm going to link a worksheet that I created off of this reflection, as a way to bring somebody through this very process that I went through. And I'll link it somewhere down in the show description for you to be able to have a copy and go through the exercise yourself. Thanks for being with me today, and God bless.